Hey, good morning. It's me, Chris Callie. I guess it's not good morning. It's technically afternoon. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Rochester Hills, Michigan. It's Wednesday at noon, which means it is time for live at lunchtime. I don't know about you guys, but I can hardly believe that we are almost in June. It's like, where did the month go? I have no idea. But I do have a couple little housekeeping things to do before we jump in today with a little bit of crafting. One of them is I am having my Memorial Day sale. It actually ends today. So if you want to take advantage of it, it's a minimum $50 order, and I snail mail you a pack of new accessories. So if you want to do that, I will share the link with you again this morning when I'm done. And I was going to place my order as soon as I finished here, but I'm going to run some errands with my husband. So we actually will be back about 5. So you have until about 4:30ish to go ahead. I'm trying to get into the frame here. And let me know if you want to place an order. You can also get in on the group order. Each month I do a group order, which is designed to help save you some shipping costs. Our minimum shipping cost is $8. If you place it in a group order, your minimum shipping cost is 11%. So for those of you who want to place an order that's less than $80, you will save a little bit of money on shipping. So I do that every month. Just let me know you want in on it. I did post my June calendars. We have some great things coming up in the Rubber Room. I am going to be doing a background basics class, and I am also going to be doing a masking class. These classes are designed to share techniques with you. They are $30 plus an additional $8 if you want your class to go. And you will get right around $20 in product with each class. We are going to be making 4 cards, and each of them will use a different masking technique or a different background technique depending on which class you are going to be taking. The other thing I'll be starting in June is my Christmas club. This is a 6-month club designed to help you get all of your Christmas cards finished by the end of November and ready to send out. It is $25 a month, and you will get a bolt of ribbon and a pack of accessories, and we'll be making 8 cards, 2 each of 4 different designs. So that class is going to happen in person on the last Thursday of each month. So I think that's kind of it. If you are a demonstrator, you know that we are going to be pre-ordering online exclusives beginning tomorrow. Also beginning tomorrow, there is a sign-up special for anybody who wants to join my team and become a part of it. And there is also a sale on designer series paper. And I will post the specifics for those either tonight or tomorrow morning. Hi, Cindy. Oh, good. I'm glad that you got a little break in between treatments and you got a chance to watch, like a bonus for you. And I hope your treatment this morning went well, and the one this afternoon is going to go just as well. So let's just jump in. I am going to share with you 2 cards made with the Little Dreamers stamp set. I've already posted both of them, and they were the cards that we made during my celebration. So if you were on my team, I do incentives all the time. And one of the incentives for celebration, you could earn a night with me. And I got to spoil some of my demonstrator downline team members. So these are the 2 cards that we made. We're going to start off with this one, and this one is a great blueberry bushel. I wanted to this stamp set has 9 stamps in it, but you can get the coordinating dies with it. So they have these little clouds and a moon, and then a shooting star, and then just one that just cuts out little stars. Those are some teeny tiny stars. And then there's like this little squirrel in here. I guess it's a little chipmunk. And I know that because I have been watching the squirrels and the chipmunks in my yard. And they're just like going crazy. The squirrels are chasing each other in the trees. And these little chipmunks, they must have little babies out there because they're like all over in the yard. And they are super fun. But these will cut those little guys out. And these, I think, are some of the cutest little animals. They look kind of like stuffed animals, I think. So we're going to start off with this card here. Let's get our little package out. And I always package my cards so that they're like, this is all of the materials we need for one. And then here's the other one. So kind of like in a little way so that they're easy to pick up and have all of your pieces kind of separated from each other. Okay? So there's a lot of pieces to this one, right? We're going to start off by folding it in half. And let me get my bone folder here. And I took a long time in talking this morning, but I'm going to try and get you out of here right at 12:30. We'll see how close I can come. I folded this in half, and then I'm just going to fold this piece back on itself. There we go. I'll give it a nice crisp fold there. I'm going to fold it on the inside too. Okay, and then we have two pieces of designer series paper. This is that gingham paper, and it just has the two different designs. So you have those two different size checks, and it is adorable. I absolutely love it. So I'm just going to put that on with my regular Stampin' Seal. There we go. And I think this comes in 4 or 5 different colors in the packet. And it's just so pretty. There's a berry bushel in there, and maybe peacock. I love our DSP. I haven't even checked to see if this is one that's on sale. I have just been so busy. We had like events back to back to back. And so then, of course, the holiday, and I just finally got my June calendar together and all planned out. And then with the slowdown in shipping from Stampin' Up, I'm just getting my Creativity Club order together and my In Color Club together. So everything is running a little bit behind, but we are going to get there. Okay, and I'm going to place this piece right here. Okay, so we have our designer series paper. We have a piece of basic white in here. That's where we're going to write our sentiment. And then we cut a piece, well, we die cut some stars with the textured paper. And the textured paper has these kind of like little tiny corrugated lines in it, but it's super cool because it's nice and shimmery. So not only do you have the texture to it, but you get a little bit of shimmer too. And it's a subtle shimmer, almost like if you had used some Wink of Stella on it. So it's kind of like that. Okay, so we're going to put our little stars. We actually made a little stencil just because it's a little bit easier with these pieces if you don't have to hold them while you're using your blending brush on them. Cindy, you have chipmunks and squirrels. They are super fun to watch. I totally agree. Hi, Kay. Thanks for tuning in this morning. Well, this afternoon. I'm glad that you're here with us. And thanks for sharing. I love that you share my videos. I think that's super sweet of you. And I appreciate it. So I'm going to take some Daffodil Delight. And I'm just going to add a little bit of color to my stars. I guess you still, and to ink my blending brush, let me put it over here so you can see it. I'm just giving it quick taps here. Then I'm going to start off my paper. That one still is not staying very well in there. I'm going to actually take a little piece of a Post-it note and put it in the back. And that will kind of hold it in there. There we go. Okay, so now let's start again. So I'm going to start kind of off my paper and just kind of blend it in. And you can do a really heavy hand, you can do a light hand. I want to give it kind of a little ombre sort of look. So I'm going to continue to start at the bottom, and then it will be lighter as I go up. So just a quick little, I'm just doing it in a quick little circular motion. And you can always go back and add more color, but you can't take color away. So I kind of err on the side of caution and know that I can go back and make it darker, which is kind of what I'm gonna do. Just make it a little bit darker down here. Okay. So you can see that added a lot of color to my star. And I did it on the wrong side, so I'm going to put it in there. And I just say it's the wrong side because I can see where my little lump from die cutting is. And I don't want that on the outside top of my card. So I am going to go back in. Get kind of a little splotchy thing there that I don't like. Let me get my take your pick tool. I guess I'm getting being a little bit anal about it this morning, but I don't want that little black thing right in the middle of my nice yellow star. There we go. Whatever it was, it's gone now. So let's just try this again, okay? Kind of ink my brush up. There we go. Oh, this goes on so much smoother this way too. So I'm just going to keep going over the bottom so it gets nice and dark, and then just do a really light over the top. And let's go one more time. And this really can be as dark or as light as you want it. And I think that I'm good with that one. I think that will work. And then let's do our little one. And I'm going to do the same thing and just kind of give it a little bit of sticky to hold it on there. Okay, seriously, guys, what is that little black thing about? I have no idea what that is, but it really bugs me. Okay. It's going to be a bug me kind of day, right? So let's just get going and get past that little black dot, okay? Sometimes I have those mornings, but that's okay. We'll get past it and move on. There we go. So I have both of my stars just colored lightly with the yellow, and you can see my sample. I did it a little bit darker. So you can see it's just a little bit darker in my sample. Not too much, but a tad bit. So we are going lighter here. And I also am going to share with you, I'm going to grab some linen thread. Hang on just 1 minute. Okay. One of my downline always has great ideas on how to perk my cards up, so to speak. So I'm going to take her little perk my card up trick for this one. And we'll do that in just a minute. But we're going to stamp our greeting on here. And the greeting actually says, congratulations on your new little one. But I'm just going to put that congratulations because I have a lot of open houses to go to this year. So I'm just going to, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a Post-it note Actually, I'm going to take 2 little Post-it notes, and I'm going to mask off these words at the bottom, okay? So that when I go to ink it, and I'll ink it right here like that, so you can see what's going to happen, okay? I'm going to be able to ink it, peel these off, and the bottom part doesn't have any ink on it, okay? So that's going to allow me to just stamp my congratulations. I'm going to get it nice and straight here. Right on there. Okay? And then I can just use a partial of what my words actually are. So that is kind of a little tip on how to mask your stamp and get just some of the words that are on there and not all of them. Okay, and then we're going to do this. We're going to stamp our elephant. Let me get all of these pieces out of the way. And I'm going to bring in my Stamparatus, okay? This is kind of like my go-to. I love this thing because when I'm prepping for classes, it allows me to die cut pieces so that when my stampers get here, they can just plop their die cut piece right in here and get a perfect image on it, okay? So I'm going to take my little elephant. I'm going to put some magnets on my little grid paper for it here so it holds it right in place. And I always like to go from a corner. I have friends who like to go in the middle of their paper, but I always have the most success when I go in my corner. Okay, my magnets are super, super strong. So I'm just going to ink up my elephant. And I'm going to stamp them on my grid paper. And because we're also going to be using our cow, I put him on another plastic piece. In this way, when they pass the Stamparatus around, they could do their cow and their elephant at the same time. So I'm just going to put this plate in the top, which is one of the great things I love about our Stamparatus is that you can go top and bottom. So you can use 2 plates at the same time because you have 2 edges that will hold the plates. That one didn't get down too much, so. Okay. I'm not sure I like the way that one is holding on there. I'm actually going to re-stamp this one so I know which one I'm going to line it up with. There's a little bit of play in my piece here, so I'm going to hold it way up there. Okay. Here we go. Guess I'm being anal all over the place this morning. Okay, so this one we're going to put right over our elephant. And you can see how it's going to fit so that when I put my stencil or my little die cut in there, it's going to go in exactly the right place. And I am going to tape this down with a little bit of washi tape so that it doesn't move on me. Because I know when I'm putting my little die cut pieces down, I can kind of get a little bit of movement in them when I don't really want to. So I'm going to just take a little extra minute to get myself ready so that I am successful with my stamping piece. Now this also works great if you are stamping words on a piece, which I do a lot for my Christmas cards. So this is the way that I do my Christmas cards. And anything actually that I'm doing in bulk, I do this way. So I'll do our welcome to the team cards, anything where I'm mailing stuff out to our team. If I'm doing invitations, wedding invitations, birthday party invitations, all of them go this way. Okay, and here's my little stencil from the cow. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to put a couple pieces of washi tape on it so it holds it down. And you can see these are right over my stamped images. I'll push this up a little bit so you can see where my cow is going. Okay, so you can see my little cow down there in the corner and my elephant. And I think that I'll do the same thing. I'll stamp up both of them right now. And they are easiest to ink if you just stick a little ink pad under there. It'll give you a nice hard surface to stamp on. Let me get some stuff out of the way here. All of a sudden, I'm like, there we go. Let's see if we can get it up there so you can see a little bit better. Okay. So what I did was I die cut my little elephant. So we're just going to stick him right in there. So this is just what we did essentially was make a stencil. So I'm just going to put my little guy right inside the stencil. And I am going to stamp him. Okay. Isn't it cute? I think that is so adorable. And then I'm just going to take my cow and I'm going to stamp him as long as I'm here at the same time doing everything. Okay? So I'm going to put my little cow in there. And I am going to stamp him. Oh, didn't get him quite all the way down in here. There we go. Okay. So you can see it's right in the middle of the stencil. So I got a really good crisp image. And then I didn't have to play so much lining him up to get a good die cut image with him. Okay. So let's get the Stamparatus. Now this one too, it just pulls straight up and lifts out. Okay, so we can get our Stamparatus out of the way. We can get this ink pad out of the way. I'm gonna clean up my space a little bit here. And, okay, so I think that makes us ready here. And I have my light smoky slate blends, and you guys know I like to use my nib tip for my coloring. I think it just makes it easier for me to stay in the lines. So, and I don't worry too much about any light space that we have. I think that light space is okay. Sometimes a little bit of light or white will draw your eye to it. So I'm just going to quickly color him up. And I like to do kind of a circular motion when I color. I think that it makes it end up looking really smooth. They just kind of blend in together that way. And let's go here. We'll get his belly. These are the kinds, they're like a perfect size to put on an invitation for a card. Also to use them on a mobile that you would put up above a child's bed. And of course, they would make an amazing little sampler where you could put a baby's name on them. So you don't have to think of them as just something for cards. You can do a lot of home decor with them. In fact, one of my favorite Facebook groups is a group that's all home decor or home designs with Stampin' Up! Images. So I'm just going to go back in and color these lines that are shaded. And that's going to give us just a little bit of added texture to it. Okay, so you have your little guy now. Let's get all of our pieces here. And we're going to steal Jackie as like our rubber queen ribbon guru. She loves ribbon even more than I do. So we're going to take her idea. She travels with twine and ribbon in her stamp kit. So she decorated hers up a little bit. I don't know if you saw, but I put my Stampin' Seal on the left edge of my circle and the right edge of my designer series paper, because I want to be sure I do not put or tape my card closed. Okay, so Jackie took a little bit of her twine and added it to her card. So you'll see what a little bit of bling or dimension can do. We'll just add a bow, and I'm going to make it a pretty big bow. And actually this will almost make it look like you have your stars are part of a mobile. Those mobiles, I don't know, when my son was little, they did not play music, but I think now, oh, they play music, they might hook up to your internet, they might be Bluetooth. I'm not sure what all they can do now, but I am sure that it's way more than they could do 30 years ago when my youngest, I cannot believe that my youngest is going to be 32 in August. I don't know how that happens. Let me get my big scissors in here, but it happened, so. Okay, so I'm just going to put this up here. I'm going to actually make these pieces a little bit bigger, so it's going to be more of a circle like this. Okay, now I'm going to bring in some dimensionals. I am just so in love with this little kitty, you guys. I know I got it at Christmas time, right? It was Arlena's gift, and oh gosh, it just is so amazing. I just love it because I'm not like chasing all of my things all over my desktop anymore, which I know you guys have to appreciate, right? So I'm going to put my elephant up on some dimensionals. I'm going to go up a little bit. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put a little dimensional on the back of my stars. Oh, I forgot my little glue dot. I'm going to actually use my glue dot and put my little twine piece down. Up there. And this will go kind of in there. I want to get my darkest side down. Oh, I'm going to go like that. And then we have that little star. And I think I can get a big dimensional in that one too. Yeah, my full dimensional fits on there. So I'm just going to kind of put that right on top of it. So you have that big kind of bow behind there. And then your strings. And we are going to use, aren't these pretty? I love these. They're adhesive backed and they're in the new in colors. And they're two sizes. I think the big and the small. No, they might be 3. I'll have to look and see. But love them. How fun is that? And then our congratulations. I am going to put just one dimensional on this left side. And that's going to kind of hold it. Okay. So how fun is that, you guys? Do you love it? I love a fun fold anyways. So, all right, that's that one. And then this one's going to go much quicker, right? Okay, so this one is going to open this way. So it's going to open more landscape. And we're going to do that. And again, the same designer series paper. And so I'm just going to put adhesive on it. And then center it on there just like that. And you can do these both the same way if you want to. Or you can do them flip-flop. I chose to do them flip-flop just because I kind of like that direction. These were cards that were designed by my upline, Rhonda Wade, and I just kind of did some, a few minor changes, cased it, and made it my own, right? But she did use this designer series paper, and I really liked it. There we go. I'm thinking that is nice and centered. And then we have this piece of paper, which is going to go on the inside for our sentiment. And again, all of these are going on just with my regular Stampin' Seal. And, oh, that one was like super crooked. Sometimes when I'm looking down on them, I don't get them so straight. There we go. Okay, so this one, we're going to have the words on it. And again, I want just the words that say Big Love. So I'm going to bring in my little, and this one says little baby Big Love. So I'm just going to mask off the little baby. And we're using some of our new in colors. This pecan pie. Oh my gosh, I love this color. So I'm just going to ink this up. Some of them are new in colors and some of them are new core colors. Boy, this ink pad is very, very juicy. And I'm going to take this one off so I get just the Big Love part. So our new in-core colors, our core colors and in colors are just beautiful. They are some of my favorites. Okay, so this is going to go down here, and I am going to put it on some dimensionals on the sides of it. You guys, it has been so gorgeous here in Michigan. It's actually going to be in the 80s today, which is lovely. But I finally got everything in my deco planted, so now I've been out watering every day. Okay, so that's going to go there, and then we're just going to add a little bit of tape here. This is a die from the Color and Contours stamp set, so I'm going to add it at the top of there and the bottom of here. And what I want to do is make sure that I get it taped so that it is going to fit above my Big Love. Okay, so I'm going to go just a little. I think that'll do it. So it'll just kind of sit on there just like that. And make sure it's straight. Okay, I can see I got a little bit of length over here, which I'm gonna cut off. And I'm just gonna trim it. And let's see, I have just like a little 1/16 of an inch snippet over there that needs to come off. Okay, perfect. And then we're going to put our little how on here we're going to color him. And let's get out my little gems. Let's get everything out that we're going to need so we don't have to come back here. Okay, there we go. So we're going to add a little bit of, this is the light bubble bath, which has kind of a cotton candy feel to it, I think. And then I'm going to use my pecan, and I'm going to color his tail and his little hooves, and his little spot here. It looks like he's a spotted cow. And I think spotted means they're Guernseys. And then I'm going to do just the little spot that looks like it goes around his face and his ears. So he's going to have one ear colored and one ear not colored. And that's the reason why. Okay, so just a quick little color on there. And then he's going to go on here. And we learned from Ellen that he needs to be grounded, that he's not like flying in the air like our cow was. So I'm going to take my smoky slate and do just a little bit of an outline around him. I'm going to do just a really light one. And then I'm going to kind of lift him up. And that's just going to give him a little bit of grounding. Now you could do this with grass. You could add almost anything down there. But I'm going to add what looks like just a little shadow to him. And that's going to help ground him a little bit. Which grounding just means that he is going to look like, he's not going to look like he is flying in the middle of nowhere. He'll actually look like he is lying somewhere. So we're going to add that. And we're going to kind of just, and because it's up, it will look even more like it's a little bit of a, so see how it looks like it's a little bit of a shadow or kind of outline under him there? Okay. And we are going to then add him on top of here. I'm going to add him over here just a little bit. And again, I don't want to close my card, so I'm going to add some just at the top of here and at the bottom of there. And that'll be enough to secure them. And then I'm just going to put a little line there. And again, I'm going to come in and take some linen thread. And I'm just to see how perky that is and curly, I'm just taking my bone folder and putting the linen thread on top of it, and then my thumb on top of that, and just slowly pulling it. And I'm going to cut a little piece of that, and I'm going to press it into where I put my little piece of adhesive, and I'm going to loop it around. You could actually tie this in a bow if you wanted to, and then just tape your bow there. However you want to do it. I'm just going to wrap it twice here. And bring it back around. Okay, so I have that nice kind of figure 8 there. We'll trim this off here. I want that one to be down just a little bit more, so I'm going to just kind of press it in there. Okay, and then we have these 2 hearts. We have some glimmer paper that is just gorgeous. So I cut 2 little hearts out with it. I think these are from the Give It a Whirl die. And I'm going to put a big dimensional on the back of this one. Oops, I'm going to put a little dimensional on the back of this one. There we go. And a big dimensional on the back of this one. Can you guys see how shimmery and pretty that is? I think that's so, the shimmer paper I think is so pretty. You can't go wrong with a little bit of shimmer, right? So I'm going to put this here. And then I'm going to put my little one right by it. And I think I'm going to stick a little glue dot under there, just so that that top part isn't popping off like that. Where the heck did my glue dots go? Here's one right there. Get rid of that paper. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of lift that up, pop my glue dot under it. There we go. And then I'm going to take a little tiny, so you can see, these are all 3 sizes. So they have a small, a medium, and a large. So you have lots of choices there. I'm going to put a small one right there. Actually, you know what? I'm thinking I'm not going to put a small one right there. I'm going to put a small one. Maybe I'll go with a big one. We'll do a medium one right there. Oh my gosh, they're sticking to everything but the paper. And I would suggest you guys don't do like me. You actually take your pick tool and put them on like that, because they go on so much easier with that tool. I just I guess being lazy, trying to get up here so you guys still have time to eat your lunch, right? And I'm going to put a little one down here, and then I'm going to put another medium one in here. Okay, so I want to point out, I will let you guys go because I know you're hungry and you're eating your lunch, but I want to point out just a few things. This is the card. That was kind of a collaboration. We got it grounded down here for Ellen, and we added some ribbon up here for Jackie. But look at the differences that it makes. So this is one of those times, and we flipped our paper around, right? So you can see that just by grounding him a little bit down here and adding some ribbon, it looks like a whole different card. So thanks for tuning in, you guys. Don't forget, this is your last day. You have until about 4 o'clock to let me know whether or not you want to go in on the group order and take advantage of saving on the tax and get the free accessory from me. So let me just see if anybody has any questions. Hi, Carol. Hi, Ellen. Ellen, yes, it is so much cuter when you ground him like that. So thank you for that little tip. All right, you guys, have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday and the rest of your week. Thanks. Bye-bye.